Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Curtis's Podcast Network and this AFC South show, number 166. Yes, that's 166 episodes. Good God. Has it really been this long? I feel like I was a young man starting out on a journey of self-discovery and no. Anyway.
I'm the young man around these parts.
Yeah, I know you're the baby. But my name's Curtis Brown. I'm the host of the channel. With me, as always, my resident main man, Isaiah Michele, a.k.a. Duval's Finest, a.k.a. the Glitter Kitty Conquistador, a.k.a. the Fed's main man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I heard y'all got a little frisky without me on here last week, and I'd just like to remind everybody that the Colts got their ass kicked by Jacksonville, so we'll leave it there. And, yeah, it's good to be back.
Yeah, we got a little frisky,
Yeah, hour and 46 minutes, hour and 47, really. It was a good episode. We watched a lot of film. Not as many mentally challenged people commenting on that long of a video, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, no, it was a good time.
Yeah. Down here at the bottom of your screen, we've got Jeff Steckel, aka Big Steck. You can catch him on Unstabled, holding it down with the Colts boys. Basically just been doing it solo as of late, but go over there, support the man, like, subscribe his channel, hit the notification bell. Go ahead, do the same thing with Third and Teal and Isaiah's crew. Subscribe, notification bell. They're at 268 as the last I saw. I'd like to see that number keep growing. And then head on over to That Real Texas Team Podcast. Check us out, like, subscribe. We're at 222. Like to keep gaining ground on those Third and Teal boys.
Yeah, the Jaguars could fucking win a game. You guys wouldn't be anywhere close, but goddamn, dude. Yeah, Jaguars fans have done tucked their fucking tails, and Texans are winning, so y'all got that growth.
It's truth. It's truth. You know who doesn't have that growth?
The Unstable.
Yes.
A little growth. Baby growth. We keep slowly ticking up.
I guess half an inch to an inch is still a grower. So
yeah, exactly.
Hey, it's still outie, not any. I'm just
hey.
Oh God. So we got a Titans pod, Titans takeaways. Couldn't get anybody lined up for this evening. Go ahead, check them out. They hold it down over there on the pod. Sometimes I'm over there when they can't hold it down, but it is what
so you're always over there?
Man.
I mean, we're 1-5, and so are they, but at least we have hope.
Well, they're 1-4.
They're 1-4. Have they already had their bye?
Yeah.
Oh, they're still bad.
Yeah.
So
look, let's talk some injuries. I'm going to look up the Titans injury report. If one of y'all want to go real quick.
Tyson Campbell may be coming back this week. We're not really sure on him. He was designated to return last week, so he's been practicing. He was limited. What's his name? ETN was limited with a shoulder injury. Or no, hamstring this time. So Chanty might not even go if the hamstring's not feeling good enough. Wouldn't be necessarily upset. I do like having the 1-2 punch, but Bigsby, big guy. Who else? It's really it for the major ones right now. Anton Harrison was full participant again. Drake May went down today with a knee injury, so they did schedule him an MRI. We'll have to see what that's all about and see if he's all right or not. If they're putting Jacoby Brissett back in there, I feel pretty good about this game. But Ramondre Stevenson, I believe, is ruled out for this game. It's a couple other guys that aren't super important, but those are the big ones for them.
Okay. Jeffrey?
That's quite a long list. I'll start with the didn't participate. Jonathan Taylor still isn't going with his ankle injury. Let's see. Chris Lammons, ankle. And Alec Pierce, who was not on the injury report Wednesday, showed up with a shoulder injury Thursday. Hoping it's nothing too serious. Limited, Josh Downs, Ryan Kelly, Oda Ingbo, Trey Sermon, and EJ Speed. Full was Anthony Richardson, Braden Smith, and Michael Pittman, who didn't practice yesterday. So looks like Pittman's going to keep giving it a go. And he was again, they're talking about injured reserve for him, and now he had a pretty good game against the Titans, and he put in a full day today. So looking pretty good for him to be out there.
Okay. For the Titans, you got Coburn did not practice today. Hopkins was a full participant. Levis was a full participant. Ernest Jones was a limited participant. L'Jarius Sneed did not practice today. Tajay Spears didn't practice. No practice for Treylon Burks. Kenneth Murray was a full participant. Jeffrey
Forgot that
Simmons,
bum was there.
full participant. Trevondre Sweat did not practice. Cedric Gray was full again. As for the Bills, Terrell Bernard. Hold on. Terrell Bernard, Reggie Gillum, Mac Hollins, Teron Johnson, Dalton Kincaid, Ed Oliver, Ray Davis were all limited in practice on Thursday. Josh Allen, Darrington Evans, James Cook, Austin Johnson, Connor McGovern, Quentin Morris, Khalil Shakir, and quarterback Mitchell Trubisky were all full participants on Thursday. And then for the Texans, everybody who didn't participate yesterday still didn't participate today. The only difference was Laramie Tunsil went from a limited participant to a full participant. So no Aziz, Fatukasi, Laster, Henry T, Ward, or Robert Woods. Joe Mixon and Delshon Phillips still limited. We do have Danico Autry making his return from suspension this week, as well as defensive tackle Kurt Heinisch in his third year from Notre Dame. He'll be returning from IR, and hopefully he's going to be used in a more of a run-stopping capacity because, good God, everybody's been so lightweight in that area. And then, of course, Mario Edwards Jr. got suspended for substance abuse policy violation, and I think it's 4 games. So
Good for him.
we'll see him on the flip-flop.
Woo,
They're
drugs.
saying that Laster's not going to play this week. He may not play next week.
What's he got hurt?
It's a shoulder, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So we'll see. This will be the second game. They didn't put him on IR because I believe, there's only like 4 spots for a return from IR designation. And they've already used one on Heinisch. They plan to use one with Nico. And I felt like there was someone else. But I guess they're just trying to savor the flavor.
Fatukasi hurt. Imagine that. You're goddamn right, Robert. I was going to make a comment, but I wanted to be respectful and wait till he was done. Yeah, get used to not seeing him for the rest of the year after one small injury.
Yeah, it'll be like that.
It do be like that, especially when you're Fatukasi. Fat fuck.
All right. Well, look, let's get into ways to win. Let's get into the team that is not represented this evening. Titans traveling to Buffalo to play the Bills.
Just give up. Forfeit. Yeah, forfeit. At least then you don't lose anyone else to injuries.
Yeah, for real.
Well, they might get injured getting back on the bus. I don't know.
So Will Levis and everybody are, back at full participation this week, but he's still coming off of a grade 2 AC joint sprain. So, it's not easy. AR's season last year ended because of a grade 3 AC joint sprain. So
do you have to get a special kind of bus to get Devondre Sweat on there?
He probably gets his own.
Yeah,
probably like a golf cart to and from practice.
They have like a chop top bus to put him on, so they can put him on there with a crane.
1 catch, 3 yards.
1 catch, 3 yards.
They had none against the Colts.
In Ridley's defense,
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So look, for the Titans to win this game, Josh Allen needs to not play.
Yeah.
Um,
The entire the Bills playing. Was this in Tennessee or is this?
it's in Buffalo.
It's in Buffalo.
Oh God, they better hope he gets in a fucking car wreck and it goes up in flames on the way to the game.
Yeah. Now they did just trade for Amari Cooper. I can't imagine that he'll play Sunday, but if he does play, I can't imagine he's
that
super
motherfucker
well
playing.
versed in the offense. So
100 plus yards first game.
Can you imagine Amari Cooper's mentality right now, going from the Browns to Buffalo? Like, thank God.
Oh yeah, and Devontae Adams too.
Jesus.
I'm not going to get touched in the
Yeah.
locker room anymore. Woo!
Jeez.
I'll have to give him any more massages.
Good old Diddy Watson.
Oh no. Anyway, so the Titans have to 100% destroy Josh Allen's chance of throwing the ball. And I mean, it's possible. Houston only got 1 sack on him, but they were able to make his every time he dropped back to pass, he was getting hit. So that changes a lot of things in a game. Josh Allen was 9 for 30 attempts against the Texans. That is absolutely a bit. It's a couple completions away from being an Anthony Richardson stat line. And
he was throwing close to 50. He was throwing close to 50%.
That was the worst
Not
performance.
33%.
That was the worst performance by a quarterback in the modern passing era. In
Josh
terms
Allen?
of like a completion percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he threw over 30 passes and he only completed 9.
Yeah. So that kind of play is something that Josh Allen is clearly capable of. This wide receiver core doesn't leave you a lot to think, oh, this is great. Hell, most of their offensive success has come on Josh Allen scrambling and hitting somebody 60 yards downfield right before he steps out of bounds. That's where most of their offensive production comes from when they can't get the running game going. The Titans defense, this is obviously their biggest test of the year so far in terms of like fully functioning offense. But, anytime they kind of have that new best team that they've played, they don't really rise to the occasion. I don't anticipate that this game ends well for Titans fans. I don't anticipate that Will Levis ends this game on great terms as the Titans starter. But good God. I mean, realistically, the Bills are a 9-point favorite. That is crazy. 40 and a half is the over-under.
That's what the Bills are scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to go ahead and give my score prediction here. I'm going to say Bills 31 to 10, and that's barely over. Who else wants to go? Talk about these two-tone boys.
They're trash.
They're trash. It was never the Titans.
Never the Titans.
They almost every game they have to play a perfect game, and their threshold is they got to hold every team under 17. I mean, one time they scored 31, but it was a cripple fight with the Dolphins. So they got to play perfect, and that's something that they've shown they can't really do. I mean, that Dolphins game was far from it. It was tough to watch, and they're playing a much better coach, much just overall a better team in Buffalo. I think you were being generous at 31 to 10.
Yeah.
Like 38 to 6.
Damn.
I don't see it being. Yeah, it's
38 to
they'd have to play a perfect game, and they haven't been able to do it. Anything close to it.
No, but for the most part, they've been able to play teams pretty close. I mean, the Green Bay game is far and away their biggest loss in terms of,
It was
spread. But yeah, I know. I'm with you. Isaiah?
I'm going to be conservative on this one. I'm going 42-14. I think Will Levis is going to drop 2 tutties. Probably one on the ground and one through the air because he's going to be trying to play hero ball. But I think he's also going to have a very embarrassing turnover at some point in the game. At least one.
Yeah.
And have they said he's going to be starting?
Oh yeah, he's the starter. They are sticking with him because
they want a better draft pick. I got you.
Well,
They haven't been able to trade.
Still trying to figure out what the hell he is.
A quarterback, and that's what he wants us to think he is, at least.
Yeah, but in the Titans' mind, you're already pretty well out of the race for anything important. Mason Rudolph's not going to come in and just like light the world on fire. And if by some chance he comes in there, Will Levis comes in and actually starts playing well, then all the problems go away. But if he continues to play like shit, they get a high pick, they get a replacement, and there's no harm, no foul, and they'll just move on from him like Malik Willis and send him to a place where he'll probably end up doing better than he did in Tennessee.
I can't wait for them to draft Shadar Sanders first overall and for them to be terrible for another 10 years of just rotating terrible quarterbacks that are supposed to be good.
I actually did a short on how bad Will Levis was against the Colts. And at the very end, they're like, because Austin was talking about, he's not going to be the quarterback of the future. He ain't it. And maybe we'll be drafting 1 in 25. And as soon as he said that in the short, I put Shadar Sanders and just ended the short.
I saw that.
That was good. It was clever. All right. Well, look, let's get into Patriots Jags. So, Isaiah, let's hear about your glitter kitties.
Yeah, I was really confident about the Bears game. And that didn't work out. This one is one where I think I don't see that happening in this one. Like, of course, it could always happen. You never know. Any given day or whatever the fuck they say. It's like it's the NFL. Anything could happen, but I think that this is kind of one where we've got to win this game. And if we don't, it's time for some changes. Heads need to roll. Doug Peterson needs to pip-a-doodle to do his own way back from Jacksonville. He doesn't be on the flight. But the big thing is I don't think anybody's getting fired during the season. It really doesn't change anything for us. There's really no point. I don't think – the only thing I think that could happen that could, like, really affect us would be, like, players being upset about it and, like, wanting to be traded or something stupid at the deadline. I don't think our core players would want that, but just, all that to say, this is definitely a game that we need to and should win. With Drake May hurt and with Ramondre Stevens not going for this game, this is definitely a very easy, winnable game. Our defense is going to make the rookie look like Tom Brady, but I don't think he's playing. He had a knee injury and had to get an MRI, which is not a good sign. So hopefully we've got Jacoby Brissett, who has basically never beat Jacksonville before, even though he tried really hard while with the Colts. And so, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Our defense needs to tighten the fuck up. The Patriots have really terrible tackles. So that means we're going to get 0 sacks this game from our edges. Don't tell me why that works that way, but I'm sure it does. It normally does. The Texans were able to get some pressure on Drake May, get him moving. He showed that whenever he has some time, he can step up and make things happen. Yes, Devin Lloyd and Johnson will watch the TDs happen. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. I think we need to get Tank Bigsby rolling early. I think that the Houston showed that there are some plays where the Patriots will stop you in the run, but they definitely allow for big run plays as well if you're consistent with it. I think Stroud hit a couple of great throws on plays that kind of took a little bit to develop. I think that something that's going to hurt us, though, is their tight ends. They've got 2 very experienced tight ends that know how to find open space whenever the play breaks down. And that's something we've struggled with, is sticking with those guys. So, honestly, it's going to be a weird day for us. I think Evan Ingram's going to have another 8 to 10 catch game. Ways to win: pound the ball with Tank, get the ball to Evan, and stretch the field with Brian Thomas Jr. when appropriate. And don't throw the ball to Gabe Davis inside the 20-yard line because he's going to drop the fucking ball 6 times. Ways to win: number 2, when Trevor throws a touchdown, we need to make sure it's a touchdown. He shouldn't have to throw 5 to get 1. And defense, we just got to keep stuff in front of us. We got to quit letting people get lost in our secondary, lost up the middle. That's all I really got for this one. Again, it's a game we should win, but we are great at not winning those. So we'll see.
Yeah. Jeff?
I'm thinking 20. You know what? Let's go big. I'm going 28-14. Now, you know what? 28-13.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very nice. Jeffrey?
I don't see much of a way that Jacksonville loses this game. There's not a whole lot on the Patriots that really would make me nervous to play them. I mean, Stevenson, their offense runs through him, not playing. I do like Antonio Gibson, at least when I just call him the Redskins. I don't want to call him the Commanders, but I think he's a good pass catching back, and I think he is a good running back, but I don't think he's as good as Stevenson. But wide receivers, they got, like you said, a couple of good tight ends, but I just don't see really anything on the Patriots team that should keep the Jags from putting up some points and winning. I hate saying that the Jags are going to win, but they probably are. I don't see them dropping 2 in London, so yeah, I'm gonna say Jacksonville wins 27-17.
Respectfully.
It's a respectful one. Yeah. Jacksonville is definitely winning this game. Unless Jacoby Brissett somehow finds the fountain of youth while in London. And I don't foresee that happening.
Especially not since we've been there for 9 days.
I'm going to go crazy on this one, though.
Oh.
31-7. Jacksonville.
Our defense actually defenses. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they're just so bad they just give us the ball.
Well, that's more likely what's going to happen because think back to Jacoby Brissett's last start. He lost to the Huntley-led Dolphins, 16-10.
Mm-hmm.
The Titans scored 31 points on them on the same Dolphins team. The Titans scored 31 points for the first time in over 1,000 days.
I would hate to be the team to let that happen.
Yeah. You know who the last team was that the Titans scored 31 points on?
The Jaguars.
No.
The Dolphins.
Yep.
I thought that's what it was, but I wanted to say something stupid first. That does not surprise me whatsoever.
No, me either. Yeah, but realistically, I think this has to be a get-right game for the Jags. Has to be a get-right game. And if fucking lightning strikes the field somehow, and the Patriots kicked a field goal first, and now they had to cancel the fucking game or something, and they end up winning. That's the only way I imagine them winning. If that were to happen, the only person that I could reasonably understand the Jags moving on from is Press Taylor. That's the only person that I would see actually being fired mid-season. Offensive coordinators and stuff get moved on from pretty frequently now.
Yeah, but Doug Peterson's not going to kill his own son, Yeah. That's his baby. He's not going to get rid of him.
Maybe, but it's either he goes or Press goes.
I mean, he was crying after the last game. I think he knows that he goes.
Yeah. Robert says just so we can lose the next 5.
Yep.
Damn. I didn't think the morale down there in Duval was going to be this low already. I thought there was still going to be some hope.
I mean, there's hope, but it's not much.
Yeah. Last milkshake sip level of hope.
What are the odds at 1-5 to make the playoffs? Just I'm not trying to be like a dick. I'm actually curious.
I think we technically still have a 12% chance.
Is it really? I thought it was lower.
It's probably because you guys are 1-0 in the division.
I think the last time that something like that has happened was
Or
when the
1-1.
Dolphins like a couple years ago did that. They were terrible all season. They went on like a 7 or 8 game winning streak to end the season and then went to the playoffs.
Classic.
Because I know that was the year they got absolutely blown the fuck out by the Ravens in week 1, and everybody's like, "Oh, the Dolphins are trash."
Yeah.
And then Flores had that offense or that defense humming.
Yeah. Robert says hope in this crap division.
Yeah, that's the only reason I have hope is because the rest of our division, besides the Texans, is terrible.
It's true.
Hey, the Colts have only lost by 11 combined points. It's been,
Yeah,
it hasn't
and
been that bad.
They lost to Jacksonville.
By 3.
That's more than not losing.
It was in Jacksonville. The Colts don't win there.
Not exactly.
They
They don't win. They don't win. They don't win at their stadium in the last 2 years either. So
Yeah, whatever.
that's one thing we're talking about on the show. If we sweep you guys, I don't give a fuck how the season ends. If we sweep you guys and not win a single other game, I'm taking that top 3, top 2, top 1 pick, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a fucking asshole about it too.
I would expect nothing less. Jeffrey, let's talk. Your boys are taking on the Finns. They don't have an offense, so it's going to be should be in theory a pretty mellow day for the Colts.
In theory.
The Colts walk in favored by 3, and it's an over-under of 43.5.
Interesting. So I think my biggest concern with the Dolphins, and I would like if it was Tua, I would probably lean more to the Dolphins winning just because he can get the ball to Hill and Waddle. I don't know if I trust Huntley to do the same. My biggest concern in this one is A-Chain, however you say his name. Like he's a really good back, and Colts have had a lot of problems against the run this year. I mean, they've had a lot of problems in general, but they've had a lot of issues with the running back. I mean, they let up a shitload of rushing yards the first couple of games. Robert says, is Flacco playing? I don't think so. Anthony Richardson has been fully participating in practice the last couple of days, so it looks like he'll get the nod over Flacco.
They're losing.
I doubt
if
it.
He stays healthy, they lose.
I doubt it. The Dolphins are not great right now. Well, I know that's
but neither is Anthony Richardson.
Jeez, crazy kid. But yeah, A-Chain makes me really nervous just because he's such a good back. The Colts have really struggled against the run. Colts are very much missing DeForest Buckner. He was a big part of that defensive line, and having him out and really it just being Latu and Grover. I think Kwity Paye came back, but they got more pressure on Levis, so I was happy to see that. Didn't generate any sacks, but they had the Jacksonville game where they had 1 pressure and 34 dropbacks, so anything would have been an improvement over that. But but they did get more pressure. Latu did get in there for a couple pressures, so it was nice to see. It kind of forced Will Levis to make that terrible throw that I think Nick Cross intercepted. Or Blackman, sorry. The defense was pretty good against the Titans, but the Titans' offense is terrible. But they only let up 95 passing yards. I honestly expected Will Levis to go over 250 just because the secondary has been so awful. And Gus Bradley only brings 4. So I was happy to see him. I mean, it was a terrible day for Will Levis, and I kind of expect the same from Huntley. I just if you pressure him, he can't get the ball to Hill and Waddle anyway, unless if they just do short routes, which isn't really Hill's forte, I guess. But yeah, I just need him to bring pressure, get in Huntley's face, make him beat you with his arm. You got to stop A-Chain from beating you is really all it is. So if you shut him down and make Huntley throw it, the Colts should win this game. And, just say all the shit you want about Flacco or whatever. Yeah, well, Dolphins O-line is better than the Jags. Well, that may be. But that's why I keep saying they need to bring 5, bring 6. The front 4 isn't getting it done, clearly. So Gus Bradley's not going to do it, but I'm just beating a dead horse at this point. But hopefully their front 4 can get it done, get in Huntley's face, stop him from getting the ball out to Hill and these corners are not going to be able to stick with those two. So don't let him throw it to him. And they need to maintain possession, even if it's Taylor. I really hope Goodson gets the start. Trey Sermon was abysmal against the Titans. I think he averaged like 1.5 yards per carry, which is worse than Trent Richardson. I don't know how you can even say that, but it was at least we called him 2-yard Trent for a reason. At least to get you 2. Trey Sermon wasn't getting it done. Goodson had a really good day. He averaged 6-something yards per carry, so he was a lot more effective. I think if Jonathan Taylor doesn't go, he should get the start, and I'd like to see a lot more Evan Hull just kind of push Trey Sermon to that 3 or 4 spot if Taylor does come back. So, but yeah, they got to run the ball better. It overall wasn't very good against the Titans. They have to run the ball better. And if it is Anthony Richardson, he's going to have to take what the defense gives him. Stop these, completely inaccurate throws. Just make sure you get it to your guy. Just make sure you get it to your guy. Sorry, I just read Robert's comment. What's a blitz? I haven't seen one all year. We suck.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's been a while for the Colts too.
It's been a while
It's
since
been a
I've
while.
seen a linebacker blitzing high. Sorry. It's been a while.
It's right. It's pressure, and they don't do it. But yeah, I think regardless of who starts the running back, they're going to have to run the ball better. Okay, I'll be there in a minute. They got to run the ball better. Anthony Richardson has to take what the defense gives. Stop the hero ball bullshit. If it isn't there, slide, throw it away, live to fight another down. These are things that I hope that they're teaching him. I hope to see him progressing in. If not, it could be another rough day. But I don't see the Colts losing this game with against Tyler Huntley. So I'm going to say they put up some numbers again. I'm going to say like 20. Let's say 27-13.
Okay.
I like what Jalen Jones and what's his name, Womack has done. They look pretty good against the Titans.
Yep. Womack had a pretty damn good game against.
Yeah, he did.
Isaiah?
I don't know. I don't think the Dolphins are any good without Hawk Tua out there. But I also don't think the Colts are any good with Anthony Richardson playing. Now, there's a good chance that he gets hurt and Joe Flacco comes in and saves the day. But I don't know. Colts have been inconsistent in terms of like who they have playing and who's playing well. I think the Colts are going to win. I think I may have chose the Dolphins on the pick'em because there's like 1 or 2 games every week. I try and pick like crazy because I think it could be an upset. But I think the Colts are probably going to win this one. I don't know that it's going to be necessarily super high scoring. I'm thinking like I'll give the Colts 21-14.
I did forget to mention one thing. This is the game where they put Dallas Clark into the Ring of Honor. So they got to get the dub for him, man. One of my all-time favorite Colts.
Yeah.
Why would you comment that on Twitter?
Oh God. Look, for me,
who that is.
The Colts' way to win is pretty one-dimensional.
You said that just after my son walked up here.
Oh, no. Delete.
Stupid ass.
It's all right.
I can't delete it either.
No, you can't. You have to upgrade to premium.
The only thing I can do is show it. Anyway, so look
again. My son just walked up here.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Anyway, look. So the Colts win this game by running the ball healthy and not making Anthony Richardson have to make plays. You can beat this team just by running the ball. All you got to do. If that happens, they can escape this game clean, get a good dub. I'm thinking I'm going to say 24-10.
Hey, Javonte Williams with a touchdown. The first thing he's done good for me all fucking season. Let's go. Sorry,
Sounds
fantasy.
right.
I've been hurting, bro. I've been hurting so bad in these fantasy leagues, man. I like my first time ever drafting McCaffrey. I had the first overall pick, and he gets fucking hurt. I had Puka in another league, in 3 other leagues. Yeah, it's been an awful fucking year for me, dude.
Oh, dude, not only is Christian McCaffrey like hurt, there's actually rumor that like when he comes back, it's really just to see if he can still run.
You know,
Yeah.
He's got
Hutchinson's injury was very bad.
Yeah.
Like he might be out like a year plus.
Dude, like his fibula? What was it? Oh man,
it really looked like somebody could use it to like wrap around something.
it looked like half a donut. It was terrible.
But
I'm not laughing at him. It was awful.
You're fine. McCaffrey's got like severe arthritis in both of his Achilles tendons, to the point where like they don't think he can comfortably do this for much longer.
You can get arthritis on a tendon?
I don't know. Probably
Probably just like where the tendon connects to the bone. There's probably arthritis there.
Yeah.
I think arthritis is only on bones.
Yeah, like joints.
But I could be wrong. I'm not a arthritologist or anything like that.
And I don't special in Achilles.
I do have arthritis though.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Very nice. Yeah, that's right, folks. He gets to take the big boy Tylenol.
I wish.
The 650 for arthritis.
Oh man, I know it if I don't take my ibuprofen in the mornings. I know it if I don't. I feel it.
I keep a bottle of Aleve in the truck. Not even gonna lie to you. If I do any sort of physical activity, the next morning I'm taking 2 of those bad boys before I go into work, and 2 when I get off.
Too old.
All right. Well, look. Let's shift gears into this Houston Texans Green Bay game.
Trash. Houston's gonna get destroyed.
It is in Green Bay. The weather is supposed to be 75 degrees and sunny. There doesn't seem to be anybody of incredible note that's going to be missing this game for the Packers as of this moment. There were some people on the injury report that, if they were to miss, it would be detrimental, but they were limited or full of participants today. So remains to be seen. Kenny Clark, all 3 of their top 3 wide receivers. So we shall see. But this is going to be, in my opinion, an ultra competitive game. I don't imagine defense is very existent. I could very much see hella points put up, 30 plus on both sides. The ways to win for the Texans are kind of complicated. You've got to basically do the exact same thing you did to Josh Allen. Touch him every play. No homo. No diddy. You gotta get that pressure on him. You gotta stop Josh Jacobs, and that's going to be really hard, especially if Azeez Al-Shaair cannot go.
Talking about touching him every play, getting really hard.
It's gonna be really hard.
I'm just.
You've seen those matches on the internet.
You do have. I guess you do have Stephon Diddy on your team, so it makes sense.
Yeah. But Josh Jacobs is a big bruiser. That's going to be a problem. And if there's no Al-Shaair, we expect Henry To'oTo'o not to play because of the concussion. That means we'll have Neville Hewitt as linebacker 1. We'll see a lot more of Jalen Petrie at the dime linebacker spot. We'll see a little bit of Jake Hansen and a little bit of maybe Jamal Hill, the former safety turned linebacker from Oregon. He's a rookie. He's not quite big enough, but he is very, very athletic, and I feel like he might be pretty useful against tight ends, at least. And Green Bay's got a couple that are pretty solid. Tucker Kraft is going to be really good. Luke Musgrave is pretty solid, although I do believe they just put him on IR, so we don't have to deal with that. But the top 3 wide receivers for Green Bay, they're young. At the moment, I wouldn't necessarily consider them. at the moment, I wouldn't necessarily consider these guys to be a true number one, any of them. I feel like they're a team of twos at the moment while they're waiting on somebody to step up. Maybe that means
Hmm.
what is happening?
I don't know why it doubled up, but whatever.
Maybe that means eventually they'll see somebody step into that thing, or that person's not on the team yet. But hopefully Derek Stingley's covering Jaden Reed because he's their big play guy. Christian Watson is very hot and cold, and last game he had a hot game, so I imagine today will be cold, or Sunday will be cold. And yeah, I mean, it really, you stop the run game, you make Jordan Love have to beat you, and then you make sure that there is absolute pressure on that guy, making his having to beat you even that much more cumbersome. On offense, though, play clean. Bobby Sloak's going to need to be creative because these dudes know how to bring pressure. They sacked Will Levis, I think, 8 times. They beat the Titans with Malik Willis. So you know that they're at least vaguely creative and know how to play to their players' strengths. This is not in any way a cupcake game. This is not one of those situations where, somebody's played a bunch of nobody teams and they're really not that good. This is the first true test, Packers-Texans, for both teams. I feel like both of these teams are contenders to run deep in the playoffs. So I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on this game. With that being said, I'm going to stick with the score that I gave on That Real Texas Team podcast, 28-24 Houston. I do think there's a great possibility for far more points than that, but it's also really hard to predict when those games actually occur. So that's me. What do you guys have to say, Packers, Texans at Lambeau?
You just better hope that Jordan Love stays healthy, because if Malik Willis comes in, you're done for.
They got the Colts situation.
I'm just saying, dude. Malik Willis, he looked deadly when he was in there, man.
2-0.
Yep, he is 2-0. What's up with Hawaiian dudes and concussions, by the way? To'o's hurt. Tagovailoa is also got the concussion. I'm sure that's how he says his last name now after how many he's had.
Jesus
and
Christ.
So I'm just wondering what's up with Hawaiian dudes and concussions.
I don't know. It's a good question.
I don't know either. But I mean, yeah, I see. I can see the Texans winning. I can see Green Bay winning. I think whoever wins is going to have to really play a good game and put up more points than the other team. I was going to slip that in there at least once. And so I think I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can see the Packers winning this one. I think that they've got a really, while they are young, I think that sometimes those wide receivers just kind of slip away from people. They just kind of get open. Whenever maybe they probably shouldn't have. There's a little bit of some mistakes, different things, spam for brains. Honestly, Kingmaker, I just want you to know I grew up in a middle-class family. And my mom worked really hard. And by the time I was in high school, she bought us our first house. And I think that's why the Green Bay Packers are going to beat Donald Trump in this election. What are we talking about again? Anyways, I do think that Jordan Love has not looked quite the same since coming back. I think that this is just another game out of his injury where he's going to be feeling more comfortable. The Texans defense has shown that on occasion they can get beat deep in the passing game. I think they're going to have to kind of keep stuff in front of them. And I don't know, man. I like their defense. I think that some of their defenders are still kind of getting used to it. It is a really cool hybrid scheme, and they do a lot of good things. But I think they're going to have to just play a really clean game to beat this Green Bay team, who's a little more experienced. They've had the same system in place. But I think I took Green Bay to take this one, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to go 20. I'm going to go 24-21. I think they're going to lose. Pretty close game. And I just think the Packers are going to, with their experience on defense and stuff, I think they're going to hold that Texans offense.
No. The Packers are a 2.5 point favorite over under 47.5.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Jeff?
You need more teeth.
Oh,
More teeth. There you go.
you want to know how I got these scars?
Yeah.
Joe Biden. No, I'm just sorry.
Too old. I said the Packers. I'm going to stick with it. I think it'll be I could see this one being a high scoring game. I hope it is. I hope the Packers win so they can keep the division close. I don't want to see Texans kind of running away with it. But who knows with these teams? Like, anytime I feel like there's a shootout, it always turns into like 17-14, just a low scoring.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it at all. Yeah, I like that. I like that prediction. Came back for 27-24. I'm not going to steal it, though. I'm going to say Packers 31-28.
All right, everybody wants to win by a field goal now. Oh, it's cool. Isaiah said it. Now everybody has to say it. It's cool. Whatever. Fuck you guys do.
Fine. 31-27.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Why so serious?
All right. So now that we got score predictions donezo, let's ask this. Spooky season. What's your favorite scary movie?
Oh, boy.
My favorite scary movie. I don't really like scary movies, to be honest. But I think if I had to pick one, I'm going with Old Faithful, the most underrated scary movie of all time, Monster House.
Oh, jeez.
That movie was way scarier than anybody wanted to admit.
Fucking monster.
Hey, as a little kid, bro, that movie was scary. Boo this man. Boo.
Oh, it's a girl house.
I mean, yeah, then it wasn't scary anymore. Before I knew that, like I was like, that's a scary house. Then I realized it was just gonna nag you from the grave, and I was like, whatever.
We're good.
No, feel it. If I can't be on live, you can take the score. I mean, Jeff takes a lot of things, so you just look at his pink mic. Yeah,
dude, you got this thing, and it looks like a fucking dildo. But the sound is much better, so of course I'm going to use it.
Hey! You got to do what you got to do. You got to take it. You got to take a big pink dildo to get better sound.
Look, if I need a pig dildo to get better sound, I'm going to do it. I do it for the fans. All right.
A little plastic bag over it, get the air out, rubber band, good.
Oh,
ASMR. Here we are.
Jeff, scary movie?
I don't know, man. I watched the slashers. They're not really scary. I mean, they say horror, they're not.
$20.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't really get scared with scary movies. I don't know. Yeah, we got bills to pay on Unstable. Yeah, you got that right. In fact, I'm in the negative doing the Unstable show. I have to pay for this cap cut and shit.
I've been running in the negative for a while, but
me too, brother.
Yeah. But I do like horror movies, like Quiet Place, stuff like that, where it's got, I just try to stick away from the jump scares. And I watch those horror slasher movies, and you just get to a point where you're root for the slasher because the people are so damn stupid. So the ones I usually like, I couldn't finish The Exorcist, and it's not so much that it was scary. It was like, man, this is just
motherfucker. I know who you are. You're not fucking secret. You're Kingmaker on every goddamn social media platform known to man. You're probably Kingmaker on fucking what was that old one? MySpace. Like, the fuck are we even talking about here? You're probably Kingmaker in diapers. What are we even talking about? MySpace. Mr. fucking fantasy football over here thinks I don't know who he is. Go back to the fucking Colts podcast, dude. That's the only little echo chamber in there with the Homer Jeff. Go, get out of here. I know who you are.
Oh God, I assume neither one of you actually heard what I said, but that's fine.
Call me the franchise. Why? Because you're a bum just like yours that you like?
Jeez.
All right, I'm done being rude. I'm sorry. That was out of line.
You're-
Just kidding. Fuck you and fuck
It's
the Colts.
it's all right, Justin. All these poverty franchises talking shit. They haven't done anything. It's fine. It's fine.
Whoa.
Oh, let me pull out the Bible real quick. The original one. There's the last time you won the fucking Super Bowl.
Hey, you've had what, 17 years or whatever it is to catch up? I don't want to hear shit.
17.
Or whatever it is. What was it? 18 now?
What are you even
Since
talking
the last
about?
the Colts won in 2006. You had 18 fucking years to
You
catch
mean
up.
when I was 6 years old, Jeff?
Yeah.
I'm
Since you were
almost 4
six,
years.
haven't done anything.
I'm almost 4 years into a career now.
Poverty-
Jeff. Like I'm
Poverty
a
franchise.
I'm a grown fucking man now. But yeah, your
Poverty.
team.
Poverty franchise.
Hey, 10 in a row.
So what?
10 in a row.
Over.
Jaguars are bad, but at least they don't lose to the Colts. Something you haven't gotten out in a long time is a broom.
Show anything to show for it.
I'll pull my nuts
Anything to
out
show
right
for
now.
it. Ooh, let me have the banner. We beat the Colts. Fuck. Who hasn't beaten the Colts the last 10 years? Jesus
Bro,
Christ.
y'all are the banner hanging team,
Except the
not
Titans.
Jacksonville.
Sorry,
You're right.
the
You're right,
Titans.
Kingmaker. That Titans team was the team. That Titans team that went to the Super Bowl was the team Houston built.
Mm.
Yes. My favorite scary movie. I've got a couple. Like Midsommar's really good. Really enjoyed Midsommar. It's really off-putting, but it's really good. Not necessarily a great Halloween vibe, but you never seen Midsommar?
No.
You should watch it. It's pretty good. It's in the same vein as like The Wicker Man. And yeah.
No clue.
And then beyond that, I'm a sucker for cheesy 80s horror. So John
Carpenter, cheesy 80s horror too.
That a boy. So John Carpenter movies really do it for me. The Thing, the 1982 version with Kurt Russell. It's a fucking banger. Trying to think. The original Halloween movie, with like 1978.
I guess you could throw in something like Jesus. I guess you could throw in something like The Mist. You know, a Tom Jane movie.
Yeah,
like, it was kind of horror, but it was a fucked up ending.
Yeah.
Only if she got money,
though.
Justin. Only if she got money.
Oh my gosh.
I do some nasty things for a PS5 Pro.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, I think this is a good spot to go and wrap it up before we get canceled. You
Cancel
guys
these nuts. If they didn't cancel me after the cancer kid, they're not canceling me at all.
Uncancelable. All right. Well, you guys have any closing comments?
Fuck the Colts. It was never the Titans.
Go Colts. Jag sucks. Titans sucks.
The Colts lost to the Jags, therefore.
It doesn't matter. They still suck. Y'all got stomped by the Bears. Shut the fuck up.
Y'all beat what, week 2, Caleb Williams? Oh, congratulations.
No, week
we lost our first 2. Thank you.
Yeah, they beat them in week 3.
Oh,
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we beat them week 2. The Titans lost to them also. How does that feel?
Weird.
Huh?
Like
that you and Tennessee lost to the same team.
It's the NFL. That happens every year.
Like logically, the Jags should have beaten the Colts beat the Bears, Jaguars beat the Colts. NFL's a weird place.
Yeah. You remember when Tennessee drafted Bryce Young and benched him in year 2?
Do you mean Vince Young?
I think that's exactly what he meant.
Yeah, I'm a little confused on that one. I'm
Bryce Young got benched in Carolina.
Yeah. I'm not even really old enough to remember the Vince Young days, and even I know that. So, Mr. Kingmaker, you're making squires right now. I don't know what to tell you.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Actually, Pepperidge Farms does not remember that one because it never happened.
I'm typing too fast. He's trying to get in before he shut it down.
All right. Well, folks, thank you for watching wherever you're watching, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Hit the like, subscribe on the channel. We're trying to grow. We're at 530 right now. I'd like to see that number keep climbing. Head on over to Third and Teal, Unstable, That Real Texas Team podcast, and Titans Takeaways. If you're a fan of any of those particular teams, that's where you should go for all your news. You also see all of our faces plus a Titans people that are occasionally on here. And yeah,
sometime.
Yeah, sometimes, occasionally. But yeah, without any further ado, y'all be good people. And
fuck the Colts.
Let's go Colts, baby.
Hey,
we are,
just
we are.
remember.
Fuck the